Okay, hi, I'm Megan Kahn, and I am a co-founder of Infoflows Corporation, and we are a company that developed a security software built on a platform that essentially injects tags into information bits. We also have a proprietary crawl that then crawls the internet looking for identified information bits and can give business intelligence and data back to the user about where their information is traveling, essentially.
How do you find success?
I define success in finding work that's really challenging, that you're interested in, and doing it with people that you really enjoy working with. I think that's the best possibility in terms of my definition of success, just having fun and working hard.
Where did your inspiration come from?
My family. I've been inspired by all members of my family. My grandmother always taught me to never make fear-based decisions and to always move forward and take risks, because the worst thing you can do is fail and go back to what you were doing before. My grandfather always used to ask me if I did my best, and when I answered honestly that I had done my best, that was always sufficient. And my parents are just tremendous people. My mother's a very successful doctor and really a self-made woman, and my dad has always been a very philanthropic person who gives pro bono legal services to those in need, and really they're my motivation.
How did you move from idea to something actually succeeding in the market?
I think we had a team that we were very, very close-knit. We're still a family. We're all, some of us are still employees of the company, some of us are not. We're all still equity shareholders and co-founders, and we broke bread together, we fought together, we cried together, we laughed together, and the ideas were really spawned out of those meetings, meeting in the garage, meeting late night, eating Quiznos, drinking beer, and our ideas for the applications that we took to market were really born out of conversation. And sometimes the conversation was very joyful, and sometimes it was very, very painful. But it was very collaborative and very honest. And in my opinion, that's why our first product right out of the gate, we had a multi-year, multi-million-dollar licensing deal, because we did it together.
How did you organize your team?
Our team is kind of a funny word, because there were 5 of us. So we were structured in a very flat way. So we all did anything that needed to be done. Our CTO would put together our Target furniture when it came in the mail, and I was the senior vice president of marketing, and I was setting up payroll. So I would say our team was very, very flat, and we were organized around pitching in and helping one another and doing what needed to be done to get our first product to market.
If you could have, what would you have done differently?
I think we could have been a lot smarter about jumping into that first agreement too quickly. We were very, very excited because we had no debt. We had our first product idea, and we targeted that product to a very specific niche. And the first company with whom we spoke wanted us to build it out for them, and we immediately went into an agreement with that company. And I think had we not been so excited about having a great licensing deal right out of the gate, we might have been a little bit more thoughtful about some of the negotiations. So I think that would be what we would all say we would do differently next time. Just take a step back and breathe a little bit, and really, really look at all the aspects of what's presented in front of you.
What makes a great entrepreneur?
That's a good question. I know a lot of entrepreneurs who are serial entrepreneurs, and certainly I think they're great because they are inventors and creators, and they're innately brilliant in everything that they do. I think at the end of the day, what makes a great entrepreneur is the ability to take a risk, even being terrified of that risk, but the willingness and the ability to jump in and give it a shot and be able to really look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, if I fall flat on my face and I fail and I go wait tables for 6 months till I find another job, I'm going to do it. And I think coming out of a corporate environment and taking that risk was what made me a great entrepreneur. So I think you have to be willing to give it a try and give it your all.
What role did education have in your success?
So I think education is everything in terms of learning how to function in the world. In my case particularly, I would say it's less in the general term education and more in some of the teachers that I had along the way that really inspired me to be confident and to be comfortable in my skin and to be comfortable in my own decision making, even though those around me might question some of those decisions at different times. So I would say the learning certainly is absolutely critical, but it's the teachers and the people that are involved in the education process that for me really made the difference and created in me the willingness and the ability to go out and try something that was pretty risky and really unknown. Oh, no.
What is the most important question we did not ask you in your answer?
I would say you've asked a lot about inspiration and success, which is all very important, but I also think there's the other side of the journey, which includes, you know, the dark days or the days where you aren't so successful or where you feel totally challenged. And I think that the best question would be not necessarily the detail of how those days were for you, but what did you do and what did you pull from to overcome those and to get back on track. Because I think entrepreneurialism requires a certain tenacity to sort of pull yourself up when the days aren't so good. So it would probably be, what are those pillars or what are those strengths that allowed you to get out of those holes on the day that you have them.